Hey guys, Mike here. This week starts my review for Advanced Squad Leader in War and Pieces, specifically the ASL Starter Kit Module number 1. I really struggled to talk about how do I want to go about presenting Advanced Squad Leader. It is, in my opinion, the crown jewel of all wargaming, so it really deserves a specific type of treatment to it. Did I want to go with, like I did some of my other videos where I give you the highlights, kind of talk about what makes it different and unique from other war games, or do I want to go really in depth into the rules, kind of show you how things work, and you almost get a really good feel as to how it's played? Well, I decided to do both. So if you want to see how it's played, the board, the pieces, and I'm going to go kind of simulate a turn, that video is going to come out on Thursday in the regular War and Pieces. This week, I'm going to talk about this video, I'm going to talk about generally my overall thoughts on Advanced Squad Leader and what makes it different. To me, Advanced Squad Leader is very unique. It holds a very unique aspect in my life as far as how I look at it in gaming. I remember, again, when I was very young, 15, 14 years old, first getting into gaming in Avalon Hill, I played a lot of Titan, Magic Realm, some wargaming, but my friend's father, he played Advanced Squad Leader, and my friend and I would go out into the basement there where he had like 7 boards set up, and we would look at all the boards that he had set up in wonder and amazement. This is going to date me a bit, but back then he would get letters in the mail from players that he would play by mail. They would play Squad Leader, Advanced Squad Leader, so he would get his moves in, he would make his moves, and then he would mail his moves back to his opponent. And he had opponents all over the world, opponents in Croatia, West Germany, Britain, Canada, and places in the U.S. And it was amazing to me. This is way before we had the web making things smaller. So he was interacting with people all around the world who loved Advanced Squad Leader. And that to me is what makes Advanced Squad Leader so unique. It has survived for over 35 years. It is really, in my opinion, the top war game for immersion, completion, and to really the best simulator of every single battle that took place in World War II. I think with all of the modules now, you can actually simulate every battle in the majority of the theaters within World War II. And I think that's great. I think it's great that they give you that opportunity to see what it was like, to see what some of the troops overcame to be able to achieve victory. To me, the historical perspective is what I love about Advanced Squad Leader. Every scenario that you play, it gives you the flavor text. It really sets the stage for you so that you really get in that zone and get in that feeling of, okay, man, these guys have got to go against these odds because they know if they capture this supply point, they know they're going to cut their enemies off of supplies and score a major victory, but they're outmanned. They're going into unfamiliar territory, and there's going to be enemies embedded in buildings, and it simulates all of that in a great way. That's the plus. The downside to that is, man, there is a table for literally everything, and you got to find those tables. So there are some reference sheets out there and reference cards which are great, and they're going to be must-haves. I'm going to really cover that when I talk about my playthrough, but if you want to get into this game, you kind of need to have bookmarked your rules to where your different tables are. In Starter Kit 1, I think there's 5 tables embedded in the rules, plus the one sheet that's got some other tables. So I played my first go-through that you're going to see on camera, and it took me about 55 minutes to go through one half of one turn, simply because I had to remember all of the rules, all of the die roll modifiers, because I really don't want to get rules wrong in this. So I really had to take my time to go through it, and I know that as you play, you get faster on it. But that's the downside, is it's got a lot of tables and a lot of intricate details. You have to remember when you're moving your troops through open terrain and defensive fire is happening, they get a -1 die roll modifier because you're in open terrain. Or if you only move 1 hex, you can do advanced movement, that's what I think it's called, whatever it's called, that doesn't allow your enemy to take defensive fire. So there's so many things that you can do to simulate what happened, and it's tough to remember it by. I have a 14-page rule summary for the 11-page rule book, and it breaks everything down. So I think it's really cool, though, and I think that everybody who has ever wanted to know what squad leaders are like, advanced squad leaders like, I think this is going to be a good intro for you. And I think it's going to show you that while the game is hard, the game's got a lot of rules, but the game is worth it. The game is worth getting through those rules. It's worth learning about what has to happen, because at the end, you're going to come out of the end of a game of advanced squad leader with a better historical perspective as to what happened in that situation, and a better appreciation for what guys went through back in the 1940s and 50s, or 40s and 30s, going through these wars. And I think that is going to be just great to see. So I really look forward to digging through this. I look forward to showing you, how the game is played. But again, that's going to happen on Thursday, and I'm going to try to do these, 1,000-foot, 10,000-foot overviews. We step back and we look at ASL in the bigger context of the wargaming community, and what it does good and what it doesn't do good. So I'll address that throughout this series, especially as I get through the later modules. And then again, hopefully, if I ever get to pull out Beyond Valor, which is really the first full-blown ASL module where you've got all the rules and stuff like that. And I really hope to see how that goes along. But if anyone's worried or thinks that these starter kits are small, that they're not going to be fun, that's not true at all. In the first scenario, you're able to say, take a squad of men, and you say, you know what, I want to go get into these buildings. I'm going to have this squad of men lay down some cover fire. I'm going to have this squad of men throw down some smoke, and these guys are going to sprint to the building. There's rules for all of that in starter kit number 1. Or, hey, I took down a troop of guys and they dropped a submachine gun. I'm going to go grab their machine guns and I'm going to use it against them. There's rules for that. So there's rules for literally everything that you want to do in that starter kit 1 that has to do with infantry. So I would recommend it. I definitely think if you're interested in advanced squad leader, but in the past it's been really overwhelming. The elephant just seems too big. Come with me on this journey. We go through this, and we're going to get through this, and we're going to take the behemoth, and we're going to bring it down to a tangible level and to a way that we can sink our teeth into it, and maybe mess up 2 or 3 rules, but in the end we had a good time, and hey, we're getting better, and we're learning one of the greatest systems that has been around for over 35 years, and that in itself is really great to think about it, that you're playing a game system that has really gone through the test of time, that is still considered by most hardcore wargamers the crown jewel of all wargaming. So let me know what you think. Let me know what you want to see about ASL, because I'm showing you, this is what I think you guys would like to see, but hey, let me know. If you want to see me play it live, I'll check with Rob. If you want to see me play a recorded session, you want to see me beat up on Rob, which is not a problem, you just let me know what you want to see, and I can see if I can make that happen, because I want you guys to really get something out of these videos as well. So hey, I look forward to seeing you guys on Thursday where we tackle ASL Starter Kit number 1. Thanks for watching, guys.